This time on Scott's Garage, we're going to make one of these, only bigger. Hello and welcome to Scott's Garage. Today we're going to start a new project. My daughter Emily brought this to me. It's a little easel, little mini easel. And she said, Dad, can you make me one of these but like twice as big? So everything the same except for double the size. And I said, I think I can do that. I even found some material that I think would work really good. I don't know whether you know, but Emily's a pretty good painter. She does a lot of very nice artwork, paintings, and I'll show you a few of those here. She's done some famous work like Starry Night is pretty cool. I like that one, and lots of other stuff. Really has a talent for it, and so I like to support that. And in doing so, she said she needed an easel, and so I am going to try to make that. The first thing I could do is I could take lots of measurements. I could go to the drafting station. I could do lots of calculations. We could do all kinds of things like that. But I don't think I'm going to do that. I think what I'm going to do is just start cutting. I think maybe just cut pieces, lay them out, and kind of see how it goes and see if we can make something similar to this. So I think the first thing to do is I'm going to measure the length of these two outside sides. And I have some material that I found in the shed, and we'll just cut those and then start laying it out on a flat surface like the table saw. And I found some of this material in the shed. It's even painted on three sides. Looks like it's pine or something like that. And it's just about double the size of these. So, because, you know, I don't only want to go making it longer, but I also have to make these things a little bit bigger so they're a little more sturdy. So I think if I just started with this and started cutting some pieces, maybe we can make this an easy project. Famous last words, huh? Okay, come on, let's go to the saw. So I think what I might do here is make this kind of my my layup station. Layout, something like that. And I kind of like how they made some like bevels on the sides here. That's pretty neat. I think that's kind of to help it sit flat. You know, when it's like this, it kind of sits a little flat. I think we'll do the same thing. They don't have to be exactly parallel to the surface, but if we could get it close, that'd be great. So let's see. Yeah, right at 13.5. So let's make these 13.5 times 2 is 27. Let's go over to the saw and do that right now. Okay, so let's just cut 2 at 27 right here. What I'll do is I'm going to cut this one, measure, and then I'll just line the other one up and cut it the same length. I'm just feeling with my finger over here. I'm not even going to look. I'm just lining up with feel over here. And then you don't even have to really look or measure or anything like that. Yeah, that looks great. Okay, so what piece should we cut next? I guess these pieces? And at some point I'm going to have to find some dowel. But if we measured these pieces, are they the same length? Oh yeah, 13.5. Okay, so we need 2 more at 27. All right, so I was looking around for a dowel. This is a little bit bigger than a 1/4 inch. We need dowels here and here. I wasn't able to find any dowel rod here in the shop, so I actually had to go to Home Depot. Make the drive all the way up there. I got this 4-foot piece by 5/16 or 3/12 if you like decimals. That's the diameter. And the 4-foot piece was $1.14. So I really broke the bank on this one. But we're going to cut this up into some small pieces and use them as pivot points, and we'll do that in the next couple of operations here. So looking at the prototype here, I'm kind of thinking about this string that kind of holds it when it's in the open position. So I'm going to measure this and cut a piece twice as long, and then I need to drill this hole, and let's do that right now. So let's cut a piece 24 inches. That seems really long. All right, there's our attachment string. Okay, so what we want to do is put a hole right through here so we can tie our string. And we'll just put a hole all the way through there. Nice. All right, so off camera I've done a few things. I did a counter bore here and here. These are my two outside pieces, and they have a piece that goes through here, goes through these center holes, and this hole right here all lines up and then pivots all like that. So I think we have all the basic parts done. Before we glue up, I want to do a little bit of finish work. Let me show you that now. Okay, so we've got a couple of features that I want to do here. This is going to be kind of the foot, and it's going to sit like that. So what I want to do is chuck off a 45 right there, but I want to kind of measure it so I get it right. So you can do a couple of things. What I want to do is I want to measure to the middle of this. That's where I'm going to start my 45 and then do the 45 coming back this way. So a couple of different ways I could get a 45 square, do it that way. What I can do the other way is, this is 700, so half of that is 350. We go to 350, score a line. What we can do is go this way, score a line, and then where we have these two, get a straight edge of some sort, and just join those lines. And that's going to give a 45 cutting off half, and then it's going to sit right there. And then when it's folded up, it will sit like that on this flat spot. When it's open, it will sit on that flat spot. So I'm going to do that to the other two legs. This is one of the side legs. Then I have the other side leg and then the center leg. I'll do that sort of notchy deal right there. But on the top and bottom of all the other parts that don't connect with the ground, what I want to do is I want to put like a radius over this just to make it look a little nicer. And there's a bunch of different ways you can do that as well. One of the easiest ways is just on the grinder, and I can get out just, washers have all kinds of different sizes, makes it pretty easy. And so I have that washer there. That's just a little bit too small. And I can just place this here, lining it up with the sides and the top, and then just make a little radius here. And what I want to do, I think a good thing to do is to do it on both sides, because when I have it on the sander, I'm going to be going like this, then I want to turn it and go like this, but I won't be able to see my line here. So I'm going to put the line on both sides. And then I'm going to go over to the grinder, and we'll just, not the grinder, the benchtop sander, and we'll just sand that off right to the line. And I think you've seen me do that a bunch of times before. So you don't need to see me do that. And I'll also chop those off. I'll do that on all the pieces, and we'll get back to you in a few minutes when that's done. The next part I want to work on is the tray. I don't know exactly what it's called, but I'll call it the tray. It's the rest where the canvases sit. There's a little lip here. And I didn't exactly know what to do. I went over a whole bunch of different designs in my head of making it out of wood, and I just couldn't come up with a design that I liked. But I thought if I could find a piece of aluminum tubing and then maybe make a J channel out of it. So it would have kind of like, it would be sort of flat there, and then come up part of the way this way, make like a J shape. Then I could probably make a pretty nice rest for the canvases. And I was able to find this in the shed, so I was very happy about that. And let's go and see if we can make it into something that will work. If we look at this, the prototype, this is about 9 inches long, so let's double that and make this 18 inches. And we'll start by cutting it the length at 18 inches. Man, that cuts really nice. That's cool. Okay, what next? What I did first here is I set the saw height just enough so it would go up above this. We don't want to cut the whole thing in half. We just want to kind of make a cut right down the center. And I just sort of eyeballed it, putting the fence so this would cut down the center. And I think we're ready to give it a try. Look at that. That's cool. It's like a little string of aluminum. That's cool. Hey, that's pretty good. There's a little bit of a lip on here, but that's okay. I think I can sand that off pretty easily. And I like it. J channel. What I think I'm going to do is probably put like a clear coat. I'm going to sand this, make some either 45s or something like that in the corners to make this a little bit more user friendly because it's sort of sharp right now. And we'll do that right now. Good morning. Well, we made some good progress. This has had a chance to dry overnight. All the pieces are pretty dry, and I think we're ready to do some assembly. I just kind of mocked this up a little bit, so I made sure that I didn't have anything backwards. So I think the next thing we're going to do is start gluing the pieces together and see if we can make this assembly work. The first step in the assembly is I'm going to add a little bit of glue to this dowel right here, and then a clamp. So we'll spread these apart a little bit. We'll put some glue in the hole here and here, and then we will clamp in that little dowel. And that'll be our step one. Glue this in here. Give this a touch. Then we'll do this part. And we're going to glue this in later. I don't really need to glue that just now, but we'll get to it. Okay, so what I did here, because this right now can slide freely back and forth on this dowel. So what I did is I put this in the center and I measured 4.625 on each side, And then I put a mark here and a mark here just so I can keep them lined up. And then what I'm going to do is put a little dab of glue and a little nail there to keep that in place. Looking at the prototype, I'm trying to find where I'm going to put this little shelf. And if I do there, it's about 2.5 inches from here to here. So we're going to double that to 5, and I'll put a mark. All right, so this is our shelf. Came out really nice. I put a coat of clear on it. Looking good. And then I'll just do 5 inches here. I'll put a mark. Going to be the bottom of my shelf. This one, and I'll put a mark. And what I want to do is put a mark on the center of this. So this worked out to be 18, so that's easy. Just do put a mark at 9. So we're going to put it here. Let's put a mark like right here at 9 inches. And just to double check, come back this way, right on 9. Okay, so that's going to be my center mark for lining up this piece here in the center. So I know where to put this. Then on the prototype, I want to figure out how far this overhangs. It overhangs about 3/4 of an inch, so we'll do 1.5 inches on each side, and I can mark my shelf accordingly. Let's mark this 1.5 inches from the edge. That's right about here. And this, whoop, 1.5 inches is right about here. Okay, so what that does is that gives me where it goes here and where it goes here. Okay, so what I'm trying to do is clamp this with this line to the outside and that one right there. So I want to clamp it right there. See if I can hold it. So what I'm going to do here is put this line right in the center of this long piece. Kind of hold these together a bit. And then we're going to clamp the whole kit and the caboodle together. So that should be where all my pieces go. What I need to do is put 4 screws, one in there, 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 and there. Not in the center. The center piece has to pivot. Hey, that looks pretty nice. Cool. Okay, let's just do that a few more times. Okay, so the next operation that I need to do is I'm going to put a little nail, small nail in here, 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 and here. So I need 6 nails. These are all secure. And then we would need to just put on the string, and I think we're done. So let me go find some nails and see what I can do. Okay, just trying to kind of put this in the center. We can hold this down at the same time. Okay, so I couldn't find 6 nails, so I put a couple of screws in these right here, but it should be okay. And so I think the last thing to do is just to get our string attached. And that's going to attach right here through this hole. Let's do that now. And we'll just put a couple of knots in this. Okay. So that is going to go there. And then we have to attach this somewhere. All right, so let's see. Let's cut the end of that string off a little bit so it's not hanging out there so much. Okay, we can store that there. And then you can pull this out. And you have your easel for painting. That's pretty cool. All right. I like it. So hopefully Emily can paint a lot of really nice paintings and things on that. So came out really great. I'm super happy with it. Hope you guys enjoyed watching me build this. And we'll see you next time on Scott's Garage. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.